When someone starts to learn a new language, he wants to learn it as quick as possible. He's always in a haste to be in a higher level. Language needs patience. Patience is a sign of success. Whenever we have patience, we can control things better. Language is consisted of words, structures, and grammar. In linguistics, it's semantics and syntax, where semantics stands for words and syntax stands for structure and grammar. Somehow it's like a building that has bases and stones, where the grammar and structure stand for bases, columns, and words stand for stones. This is a simple example to ease your mind and let you relax and learn language piecemeal and consider language learning as a matter of fun. Here I'll give you some techniques that I've already used and some I've made a search to find them very helpful for you and me. These techniques will help you memorize words easily. The first technique is involving the hand in the process of memorizing. One of the techniques that I found very helpful is to involve hand in the process of memorizing. Consider that you want to learn 30 words a day. You can write each one 3 times on a notebook in 3 days period. That's 9 times, 3 times a day. While writing a word, you pronounce it and visualize it in your mind. For example, the word ساعة in Arabic, which means a clock. Evoke an image of a Big Ben or any famous square that has a prominent big clock. That makes it easy to be memorized. So to involve more senses and the process of memorizing. To memorize by eye, tongue, and especially hand makes it better not to forget vocabulary. The second technique is associating words with words from your own language. In this case, you can make the Arabic words pronunciation so close to English. Take this example. The word fish, fish, it's informal or slang Arabic, which means there is no. Fish mows, there are no bananas. You can simply memorize it by linking it to the word fish in English. Here, they have the same sound, but what about putting the two words with their individual meanings in the same sentence? In this case, you'll memorize the example with the two words. Here's the example. The man went fishing, but there was no fish in the lake. No fish in the lake. Another example, the word Rab. Rab. It means paterfamilias. Paterfamilias is a father who supports a family. The word sounds like Rab, Rab in English. Take this example. The paterfamilias rubs his hands, feeling cold. You can't find a lot of Arabic words that will sound typically like English words, but here are some. But and but. Dude, dude. Deer. Clab, clap. There are words in Arabic that you can make them sound close to English words somehow. You can use your talent to do that. It depends on your individual way of thinking. You can also use the technique of dividing the word into syllables. Take this example. Daftar. Daftar means notebook. You can divide the word into daft and r. Daft means silly. You can add e to r to ar and it becomes an English word. You can later make a sentence to link them like the ones I've already mentioned. You can also make a funny little story to link the word's syllables, like mustashfa. Mustashfa means hospital. It could be divided into mustache and fa. You can consider fa is far pronounced in a British accent. Here is my little story. The wind has blown the man's mustache far, and he could only find it stuck to a pane of a nearby hospital window. The third technique is a cluster of words. In this trick, you can memorize a list of words 10 to 20, even 100. It can be done by spending 30 minutes memorizing certain pictures in a certain order. After that, you will be able to memorize words forward, backward, and even randomly. Consider that you've learned a new lesson in Arabic and you could write down 20 words that need to be memorized. I'll take 5 of them as example. Let these 5 be شجرة, قدمان, جمل, بلح, يد. In English, tree, feet, camel, dates, hand. You'll give each word a number and a mental image. Let that image be a short, strange, unfamiliar scene. Number 1, think of a tree that stands in the middle of a desert and you stand away watching it. Here you'll link one tree with number 1. Linking words with something crazy or humorous makes them easily memorized. Number 2, a man running in a desert with bare feet, where you are running behind him, gazing at his feet. Number 3, while you are running, you see a camel with 3 legs while the 4th is tied. Number 4, you turn left and you see the bare-feet man climbing a dead palm, who later throws 4 dates to you. Number 5, you lay on the sand to rest and you cover the sun with your hand. You can continue this cluster to make a story of your own. If you want to memorize another group of words, you can link them with group A. Let that group be B. Let's take the first 5 words. صقر, حذاء, قطع, سلم, خيمة. In English, hawk, shoes, he cuts, he shakes hands, tent. Number 1, a hawk lands on the tree branch on the desert. Number 2, you are following the bare-feet man to give him a pair of shoes. Number 3, 3 men collaborate to cut the rope that is tied to camel's 4th leg. Number 4, you shake hand with the man who gave you 4 dates. Number 5, the sun heat forced you to move to a tent. The 4th technique is the word sheet. When starting to learn a new language, a lot of people ask themselves, how many words do I know? It's hard to count words we've memorized, isn't it? Okay, there is a way to help you do that. Some people may say, does the number of words matter a lot? Actually, it is important to have a considerable number of vocabulary to be able to speak a language. Knowing how many words you've memorized will give you the self-confidence to break language barriers and avoid mental blocks. What matters more is how do I use these words in sentences. The word sheet is to bring a number of blank sheets and write on the top of each a letter of alphabet. We can double the sheet if we have more words starting with the same letter. You can add them to a file after cutting holes on them using a punch. Let's take a look at the word sheet with the letter Ta. The word تثبيت, it's a noun. Word meaning fixing, confirmation, and installation. pronunciation تثبيت. In a sentence تم تثبيت البرنامج على الحاسوب. Other forms of the word يثبت, it's a verb. يثبت. Meaning install, fix, confirm. I can write more words in the same page. In other forms of the word category, I wrote the word, its type and pronunciation shortly because what matters is the head word that I've memorized from the lesson I've recently learned and write on my own dictionary. The wordsheet technique helps you make your own dictionary. The dictionary that your final product will be displayed on. If you like the lesson, press the like button below, and if you're not subscribed, please press the subscribe button and wait for more videos.